So I told Ninja, like, we're gonna be right up. He's like,
That's good.
boom,
That's good.
boom,
You know
drinking.
what it is? I'm afraid that people won't recognize me. So it's like, I got to come on first like this.
That's why I was like,
So I always have to come on first like this. And then it's like, okay, they understand who it is. And then I'm like, okay, we're good. We should be good.
everyone, this is Articulated Ninja. Yeah, we're
What is
gonna,
going on, man?
brother. It's Monday. We were talking, pre-show. It's been a Monday. I'm like, if there was a classical Monday to have, I've been having one for like the past year, where it's like, wow, is
Mul-
this Groundhog
multiple
Day?
Mondays?
Yeah, it's like, what
Multiple?
is happening?
I
Oh,
don't know. That's pretty rough, man.
there's Abby. We got some people drifting in, but guys, we have 45 minutes, so we're gonna go. We're just gonna jump into it.
Blake said
Let's, you know what?
antibiotic Alfredo. Of
Well,
course.
look at what Blake said over here.
Of course. Of course. This is what he does.
That's what he does.
This is what he does.
Shout out to Blake. I'm gonna have to chop it up with him here. I'm hoping next month. I got Duarte next Monday. And I think we're going back to back because he's got Mega Powers right after
Now,
that.
what's interesting about having him next Monday is I think that's after his teaser said the 22nd. So that means you're gonna have him on the show after he drops his big reveal for his next big like project.
I thought he'd just drop it on 3POA the Saturday before, is what I would expect. So if we scoop Ryan, man, that is not going to hurt my feelings at all. Shout out to Laser Pants. We love Laser Pants.
He just showed up. He's here talking his usual ish as usual. That's what he does.
Is he showing up? Mm-hmm. Man, I'll tell you what. In this StreamYard, it seems like the update just causes more problems than usual. Golly, it is. It's like Candyman, this son of a bitch showing up. What's up?
Why does he have to spell my name so ratchet all the time?
You know what? Probably just for the crick of it. We're gonna do some callbacks to some lives there. That Scott Hughes will not let go, by the way. That guy has got every single meme ever created off of your streams.
Yeah, and he has way more. Like he has so many. I wonder if he has to dedicate a day to just clipping memes. He has to.
I think
He
he
has
just
to.
does it on the fly, man. I think it's like role keeper. It's like Ozymandias, man. I think Scott is Skynet, to be honest.
Probably,
He
yeah.
just processes that shit. Unless I want something from him, I'll be like, hey, man, where did that clip come from? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't know. Can't you just like make it happen? But then Skynet goes down. He says, oh, it's a processing thing. I don't have much power. So whatever.
He's reducing the competition. That's what it is.
I think you're right. I think he wants me to work for it. Like I'll be one of the
okay.
ones that are saved when the AI overlords take over. I think.
But it's
yeah,
nice to
there's-
be here, man. I'm surprised that it seems like you got the hang of all this super fast, way quicker than I did. So that's really cool, man.
Well, all I do is ask somebody, hey, how did you do that thing? So like shout out to Laser Pants. I mean, he was one of the very first ones post show. I'm like wearing earbuds because that's my superpower. I talk over people. So
Oh,
like, you know what though? Your earbuds, it would shave off that much time.
well, when I've had technical issues live, not even like privately where it's nice and safe to have technical issues. No, I've had technical issues live. That same guy, that laser guy, whatever, he jumps in and he tries to help because he knows it like the back of his hand. So,
Yes, unless it's an image, and then I have to help him, and then he yells at me for helping him. You know, but that's okay. I think he's at work still. He might still be at work. But yeah, so big thing with 45 minutes. This show goes fast.
it does, man. It does. That's why I'm trying to, if you got any important topics or anything,
I want to talk
feel
about
like-
anime. Do you like
Okay.
what? That's my first thing that always popped in my head because it seems like anime has been a big part of your shows, whether it's clips, random comments. I don't count Dragon Ball Z. We don't have to get into that. What was your first anime? Like, what got you into that?
wait, let me write down the note that you don't count Dragon Ball Z because I want to get into that before the show ends. Because I think
don't
that
think we
guy
got time
Ryan,
for that.
I think Laser Pants is a bad influence on certain people when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Does he not like Ball Z either?
No, he says every character is Goku. Like it doesn't matter who it is to him. If it looks like a
Wait,
Dragon Ball Z character or if it's an anime character, he automatically says, "Oh yeah, that's Goku." He's doing it on purpose because his son watches My Hero Academia and stuff like that. But to him, it's all just Goku.
no, that's silly. In My Hero Academia, I mean, shout out. You know, we've been able to play around with Mirko here. I'm telling you though, that's a disservice. That booty,
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been a little bit better.
I'm gonna say at least 3 more millimeters, and I've been okay with that. But no, every Dragon Ball Z character is Goku. I thought.
Yeah, Laser Pants. He's very disrespectful when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. And hey, I'm not acting like it's the greatest. I think it was a great show for its time. There's really no plot, to be honest. It's just scream, power up, defeat the bad guy. That's my biggest problem. I can admit that, but I still won't go as far as to say everyone is Goku and be that
No,
disrespectful as much as Laser Pants is.
I won't
But
do that either.
it's not if you're looking for deep plot, Dragon Ball Z is the furthest thing from that. It's scream and power up. That's all it is.
Which, if it's done well, I'm okay with it. I think for me, it was probably, I was probably in my 40s when Dragon Ball Z came out. I was very old when Dragon Ball Z came out. So,
Okay.
like, mine was way back in the day. Mine was Battle of the Planets, G-Force, Science Team, Gotcha Man. That was
What
my
about like
very
Fist
first
of the North
one.
Star and stuff like that? Did you ever watch
So
that
when the
back in the day?
movies,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
when the movies came out, man, then it was Vampire Hunter D, which I wasn't a big fan of, but I ate all the anime that I could up at the time. Then it was Fist of the North Star. It was Gunsmith Cats. Oh,
So
God,
you
there
bring
was-
up your age. This is
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the guest, but I have some questions for you.
Hey,
But
buddy,
you
this is
bring
how it
up,
works.
look, you bring up your age, and it's like, especially at that time, because even when I was a teenager, of course, anime wasn't cool. So if that's how it was for me, I can only imagine how it was for you. Was it like, did anybody talk about it, or did you have anybody that be like, oh yeah, I watched that too, or did you feel like it was mainly just you?
He's trying to derail the show, and he's succeeding. So for me, God, I don't remember a whole lot of people in school
Yeah, it's like it
that
wasn't
were
a thing.
watching it. It
Yeah, it wasn't a
really
thing.
wasn't a thing. I mean, all the other cartoons, Transformers, He-Man, and all that, right?
Of course, that's
No
all the
problem.
American domestic stuff, right?
Yes. So when I'm watching like G-Force, God, I can't remember. It was when we got cable TV. I don't think I got Scooby-Doo until cable TV, or at least I got to watch Scooby-Doo as well on cable TV. But
Well, cable had the Cartoon Network, the Toonami, and Toonami would play a
man.
lot of Asian-inspired animes and stuff like that. So
big time.
Gundam, Dragon Ball Z, just a bunch of stuff. I'm not trying to derail the show. The
Buddy, we're
question
talking
that
about
you had-
anime. You're good.
Yeah, nah. But you asked a specific question. I didn't even answer it yet.
You're still in your court.
I can't remember
What
what
got
it
you
was.
into it? What got you into anime?
Oh.
What was like the first thing it snagged you? Was it DBZ?
This is probably going to be like a spicy take, but to be honest, because of the origin, I think the origin was at, I really think it was like Pokemon, Digimon. I considered that when I was younger. Maybe now I don't consider it to be anime, but when I was younger,
anime.
I
Sure.
considered it to be anime because I came across like the manga books of it, the Japanese or those versions that weren't dubbed. So I was like, oh, this was big over there first, and then it came over here. So I
Yes.
consider Pokemon to be anime. For me, it was Pokemon, and then like we said, Toonami started to play Gundam, Dragon
Yep.
Ball Z, and then when I heard for the first time when I heard Samuel L. Jackson's voice on a show called Afro Samurai, I thought it was like one of the greatest things in the world, and it was such a urban type of show because there was this cartoon called The Boondocks. It was like a black
Boondock
culture
Saints?
cartoon.
Or
Yeah,
not
like,
Boondock Saints,
but
but
I
the
always
Boondocks,
wanted it to
yeah.
be more serious and more. And Afro Samurai came along, and Afro Samurai was that. It was the more serious version.
And it was
of
the
the
same
Boondocks.
art style in both of them.
Yeah. Like when the Boondocks had their serious moments, it looked like a scene out of Afro Samurai.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
it
like,
was
why
awesome.
can't you do this all the time? Where's that serious version of the Boondocks?
And
like,
so
Boys
there
in
was
the
on.
Hood or Juice or something. Give me that.
Yep. And there's only in my family there was like 14 to 16 women, and there was only 3 boys. So there was a lot of novellas and watching General Hospital and a lot of soap operas and shit like that. And I couldn't deal with it like that. The best thing for me, I guess, was Law and Order. That was like neutral for me. I could watch Law and Order SVU. Right. I could do that. See, I had to get inspiration for the 2916, right? So it had to come in. Law and Order had to come in, right? But I could do that, but I just anime was to me was like, oh, this is a full escape, and it's the furthest thing from Tom and Jerry as possible. Like
Big
it was
time.
so serious to me because there was always so much at stake. Like I hate watching shows where the
There's
biggest
no
conflict,
stakes.
yeah, the biggest conflict is a broken heart. Oh, she doesn't get the guy or some romance. It's like that's sad. But I want something where like the world's on the line and I got to worry about this character being ended before the next episode. Those high stake things, I really love to
I
watch it.
think what that's where you hit. My problem with the MCU is the MCU hasn't had real stakes since Infinity Gauntlet or in the end of Infinity War or whatever. That might have been the last time there were stakes. It felt like there were stakes at least.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, for me, it was Toonami because there was a big lull in Japanese animation. I didn't have any anime, and then my buddy he managed a comic book store, so he kept getting all these animes in,
Oh
like
yeah, you
Fist of
got
the North
lucky then. You had the
Star,
hookup, yeah.
Ghost in the Shell. So we were like powering through that stuff. I'm like, man, this stuff is badass. This is just as good as what I remember. And to me, was killing American animation. There just wasn't anything like it. That's why I didn't
100%.
get into X-Men, the animated series, when it came out.
Nice theme song,
I
though.
couldn't get into it. Great
I
theme
like the
song.
theme song. I love the theme song. But like you said, when I was comparing what was happening over here domestic wise versus what was happening over there, it was just so hard for me to feel involved with what was happening here because everything is like it was 10 years behind.
Yes, 100%. It felt like American animation was always 10 years behind. I love people actually throwing out some good stuff like,
Yeah, look at that
Guyver,
Guyver. This is
Crying
why we
Freeman
rely on
was
the chat,
another
right? This
one.
is why I know Laser Pants isn't gonna throw no good recommendations, but everybody else, they definitely are.
Cowboy
Crown Fox,
Bebop.
yeah, Crown Fox said Death Note, Black Butler, Code Geass. Those are all a little bit more modern and recent, but I don't know, man. I guess for me, it really was the idea that there was always high stakes in a lot of the animes. And even as a kid, I thought there was high stakes in Dragon Ball Z before they revealed, like, hey, you could just collect these balls and wish them back. In real
Yeah.
life, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, now what?
Right.
I think you touched on this a little bit when you're live. So you're watching Solo Leveling. I think we got 3 episodes to go in the second season right now.
Unfortunately, thank you for breaking my heart again.
Where are you at? Did you finish it?
I'm at the most recent, whatever it's at. Like I checked last night on my Crunchyroll account, and it still wasn't a new episode, and I was disappointed. And I said to,
Oh, so it's not even a season finale then. So we're probably yeah. So I need 3 episodes to catch up. Then that's where I'm at.
and then you're still gonna be waiting because I'm stuck waiting for next week's episode or whenever. I don't know if it's every 2 weeks. I don't know how it is,
I
but
don't
usually
know.
that's why I don't wait. I wait for the entire season to be done so I could just binge it all. I hate waiting week to week. I hate it so
Well,
much.
I got a buddy at work that likes fucking me on spoilers, so I'm like, shit, I gotta get it caught up.
That's dangerous.
I know. He'll
I don't know
go,
if you should
"Oh,
really
you saw
consider him
this
a
part?
buddy.
Oh man, this part happened. I'm like, what
I
are you
will
talking
reconsider
about?
calling him a buddy.
Well, he's the one who got me into it, and that's the fucking problem.
Oh,
Right?
so he thinks he has the right to do that. Okay.
He just gets
All right.
excited because he doesn't have anybody else to talk about this shit with.
I see in the chat, Death Scroll brought up What If, right? Now, What If is really interesting to me because I wish we had a series like What If, the Marvel What If show. I wish we had that when we was growing up because I feel like that is much more closer to anime as far as animation and stuff versus the old school X-Men. Like
The Netflix, the What If
yeah,
specials
yeah.
they've
I
done.
like the idea that every episode there's stakes on the line because you're in a universe that could cease to exist by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So even if you fall in love with a character within the first 2 to 5 minutes, she or he might be dead by the end of the episode, and it's okay because it's not the 616 main universe. I think it's
Which
616.
do
I'm
you
not
become
sure.
attached to that character? I think
Right,
so
right,
because you're
right.
interested. You're like 616, they're going to live, but is this guy going to live?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I would agree with that. I like the first season of What If. I could even finish the second season. Of What
I didn't
If.
even check on the second season. I only did the first one and I liked it.
First one had, I think, maybe 1 week episode, maybe. But yeah, I really enjoyed What If, and then yeah, second season. I'm trying to remember if there was an episode that I liked. I think I stopped. I'm like, I'm checking out of this.
And I guess I haven't thought about it since you made me think about it now that you asked that question. But I think anime also did inspire a lot of my Keep It Real episodes because for me, anime with the high stakes and everything, when they're giving a character a flashback, you already know that guy's probably not gonna make it out. He getting a flashback for a reason. They're going over his life in 5 minutes because he's not getting no more screen time. But I there's so many times that it was anime that my eyes got watery, and I'm like, wait a minute, like this is an animation. This is a cartoon. Like why am I so attached to this character that I feel like I'm actually saying goodbye to this character in real life?
Yep.
And both of my ladies, they had no idea about it. And of course I experienced it with Erica first and then Jasmine second, but they didn't realize how much you could get attached to a character on screen. I don't know, do you watch Demon Slayer? Have you given it a shot or anything?
Yes, I think I stopped at the train
No, that's fine.
because
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
fine.
movie, right?
Right, yeah.
I think
So
that's where I stopped at.
yeah, so they didn't realize like how attached you could get then,
Oh, I
watching
cried.
Naruto, dude, watching Naruto and watching Jiraiya pass away or watching Rengoku on that train. Sat like there was so many times where I said, "Wow, man, I feel like I lost somebody." And anime does such a good job at like invoking emotion as opposed to what I grew up with, like let's say Tom and Jerry. Or
Yep.
like even the Pixar films like Toy Story. I think the first animated film that made me catch emotion, which also inspired me for the rest of my life, was like Small Soldiers or Indian in a Cupboard.
Oh,
Those
wow.
things to me was like, wow, holy shit! Like I'm really catching some emotions because I don't want to. To me, we're gonna have to end the live right now if your answer is no. So please don't say
Oh,
no.
here we go. Okay.
Do you feel emotion, or did you at least feel emotion the first time you had to watch Mufasa die?
Brother, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's James Earl Jones. My God, what kind of monster do you think I am?
No, no, because there's some people
And it's
I've
hard
met.
not to, right? Because I've got the voice actors too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard taking that out of my head sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
If they're really good, like James Earl Jones, you get
Right.
invested in that character. So, oh
Yep.
my God, yeah, man. Mufasa. Brother, Bambi came out, when I was little. I'm crying. I'm like, why am I crying? I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand.
Yeah, it hits
Dude,
different.
I'll read a good book, and if a book is written well, I have wept. It's rare, but there's at
Mhm.
least two books I can think off the top of my head where I'm reading, all of a sudden I can't see the pages because I just started openly, weeping because it was so
That's
good.
cool. That's cool. I think anime
It's
does a good
storytelling.
job though. Yeah, the storytelling, the way they get you invested into a character is just things that I don't see often. I don't what should we call it? Is it Western media or Western animation? I don't know what to call it specifically. I
I'd say
just keep saying
Western
domestic.
animation's
Yeah, I keep
easier,
saying domestic
probably.
but it's so much. Oh man, it's just there's so much good stuff, man. Frankie is accusing me of spoilers. I didn't say no because he's watching My Hero, so I'm not giving out no spoilers to My Hero. A lot of the times I'm guilty of reading the manga, but I have not. Is there a manga for Solo Leveling?
Brother, yes, and it's so instead of manga, it's manhwa, right? It's the
Mangwa. Okay.
Korean version.
Is manga even the correct? Is it manga, mangwa? There's too
Manhwa
much.
for
There's too
Korean.
much.
Brother, I
There's
was
too
like,
much,
every
bro.
time I think I got a handle on this, they're like, oh no, no, no. That's manhwa. I'm like, what? I'm not
Extra shit.
hungry. I don't need an egg roll and some
Right.
manhwa.
Extra shit just for the sake of it. Nah, it's all right.
Oh yeah, My Hero Academia is great. Like current stuff right now that we're always waiting on. My Hero Academia,
Mm-hmm.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Are you watching that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I cannot. And there's issues with the studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to get that same level. I don't know what's going to happen. Everything's up in the air. I cannot wait for more Jujutsu Kaisen because I love the crap out of that anime, man. The choreography in that when they're fighting is
So
next level.
I mean, this isn't technically like still airing, but have you watched Attack on Titan?
So it lost me.
Okay.
The
Was it
first
too
two
many politics?
seasons,
Okay.
I was good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's season 3. Whatever season Levi cries like a bitch throughout the entire fucking season, dude.
He's human, bro. Everybody, they always see him as this demon,
Bro,
and I'm not saying he's not. He is a demon, right? But he's also a human, bro. If you make it past that, I think Attack on Titan is a great show for politics, and I think it touches on the great concept of like sometimes the good guy is forced to be the bad guy. So,
well, I've heard everyone's told me they were agreeing with me when the season where I was like, this sucks, I'm out. Said, watch the final season. Oh, Doggo in the picture.
hey,
We got a rare sighting. Is that Chico?
yeah, he just
Look
came
at you.
down. He's
happening?
being greedy. He's being greedy because he saw me bring a snack down here. So that's the only reason why he came down. Otherwise, he would not be down here.
Shout out to Chico. Look at my numbers jump up. Look at Chico bringing those
Yeah,
doggy views.
he's too big for me to try to lift him up like Dobby. I don't get that luxury. Not with him. No. Relax.
He's like, relax.
Relax.
He's eating like my cat. My cat and my wife are not allowed in here.
No.
The last time I let both of them in, they both each knocked something over in different spots simultaneously. How?
So does the cat try to like mess with anything on the shelves or?
Well,
see?
all he wants to do is he'll musk something. Okay, great. That's going to knock something over. And if he doesn't do that, he's called Sammy Longtail for a reason. He's got this like xenomorphic queen freaking tail that's just gigantic that just does this of destruction.
Right. That's what he's guilty of. Yeah, it's just like a whiptail. He doesn't feel nothing. He doesn't realize the damage or the destruction that he causes along the way. It's just, yeah. Gaines said, hey, just capping my pants off because I happen to be.
I don't know, man.
He's a troublemaker too.
I don't know what Gaines is doing.
He's a
Definitely
troublemaker.
check out Gaines because maybe it's a good thing I'm not going to be on the show tonight with a cosplayer.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
going to have her
true.
hands full with Jerk, Gaines, and Mikey.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, that's it for me. We just talked about the room and got derailed.
Nah,
But yeah,
it's
so
cool.
like the wife watches, like she's avid with anime. So it sounds like all of her ladies are all about anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bleach was big for us. I love Bleach. That's got my number one NPC of all time in any medium, whether it's TV, cartoons, Broadway play. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kenpachi Zaraki is my favorite character of all time. And I haven't seen what 1,000-Year Blood, whatever the hell it is, on Hulu because I stopped Hulu. And people are like, I'll give you my password. I'm like, I'll wait until this thing gets off Hulu and then I will watch it. Because they keep telling me I got to watch it for Kenpachi. I'm like, okay, I gotcha.
So do you do One Piece? I don't. It's anime. It's too many episodes. I'm not a fan of the art style.
Nope.
A lot of people tell me that I'm missing out, but I say it's okay. I got so many other anime.
Yep, I'm good with missing out on that.
So
and
I know
because
that-
why? It's stretchy.
Right. So you
I
do
hate stretchy
appreciate.
powers, bro.
I think everybody in the chat, for the most part, especially Gaines showed up, right? But I think everybody in the chat, they do
Chico.
appreciate. She's not home too, so now she's gonna extra rush.
she
She's
said
gonna
that
extra
too.
rush to get home.
Yeah, she was like
See?
currently.
Yeah, see?
My
She's
client's
gonna
hair.
extra rush to get home because she sees that he's being needy now. But that's what I was saying. Gaines is in the chat. I know that you appreciate curvy figures, which translates to some curves on women and stuff. But it's fan service. It is fan service. But check out this anime called High School of the Dead.
Bro, done. The sniper shot.
Yes. Yeah.
That is historical on the sniper shot, which I love Scott used to break down exactly why that would never, ever happen. I don't care. Make it like Wanted or whatever.
Scott would be the guy to break it down. Yeah.
But it's like the first season, like, dude, I'm talking about fan service. I'm all in.
Yeah.
High School Girls in Trouble, sign me up. Zombies,
yeah,
okay,
perfect. But the soundtrack was good, and like everything about it was good. It could have been such a more serious anime because it had its serious tones and it had its serious
It's
parts.
like they didn't know where to go with it.
Right. It was like a mix of like laughs and fan service, but then the other half was super serious and good. Like I loved it so much. Especially, come on, man. You're telling me I got a good little space in an apartment building and I see a little puppy outside getting chased and I'm not gonna try to do something about it? Nah, we doing something about it, bro. We doing something about it. There's no way. No way.
That's my problem with almost every zombie horror show I ever watched. Like Walking Dead drove me nuts.
Yeah,
did you watch Walking Dead at all?
So look, I stopped watching The Walking Dead. This might be later in the season. People might not know exactly what I'm talking about, but I stopped watching the later episodes of The Walking Dead, and we were fully invested. We made sure we was home every Sunday, 9:00, had to watch it. Remember, they had the pre-show and the after show, and we watched everything.
Talking Dead with
Fully invested,
Chris,
bro. Fully invested.
Yeah.
That show got thousands of hours off of my life done. The moment, I believe his name was Ezekiel, but the moment he let his tiger die and the tiger jumped in to save him, like the tiger jumped into the pit to save him and he did not try to help his tiger out at all, I said I was done with the show. Like
I
I was
stopped at
absolutely
Negan.
done.
Brother, I stopped at Negan. Glenn died, and that episode sucked. And I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like I was like, man, as Negan, and that speech was so, God, what do I want to say? It was preschoolish. So when he's giving the speech, Glenn's dead. I'm like, my God, man, the only thing I haven't heard from this motherfucker is eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I started fast forwarding it, right? I started fast forward the motherfucking episode. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is close. And I dead end right on him going, eeny, meeny, like, holy fucking shit.
Look, but it does instill that Heath Ledger Joker, like him talking like that, because it had to grow on me, but it did play off that, okay, maybe he is just chaos, but he wasn't. Everything was super calculated, but he did come off like, okay, maybe this guy is just, he enjoys being a villain, he is just chaos, all this other.
Yeah.
But obviously there was layers to it underneath. But I was out when the tiger died, bro. That's how I think people underestimate how much I love animals, how much they're family members. They're not just,
no, I'm we talked about this. No, I'm 100%.
They're not just a thing that should be tied outside to a tree. Like that's not a fucking thing. I'm sorry, I don't know if I could curse. That's not a thing to me.
I'm not monetized. I don't give a
shit. So it's not a thing to me. So when that tiger jumped in to save or protect his owner, and the owner basically just ran on him, I was like, I don't know what this show is promoting anymore. I'm out. And I could have stopped when but I understand when Rick sacrificed the horse. Remember when he got swarmed and he was going through the city? I get it. At that point, it's like it's one or the other. That's not what the situation was with the tiger. The tiger was completely safe. He jumped in to save your ass, and you just bailed on him like that. And I feel like they could have stood a good chance fighting together. So I was just out after that. I never even watched one more episode after they killed off the tiger like that. I
watched one more after what Frankie's saying, right? He kills Glenn. Yeah, I think Tom, said the same thing. I did. I was like, I gave one more episode. I'm like, this sucks. This is just bad writing. It was a buildup, right? Like the governor, there was all these, like we talked about, like how I would do things differently. They've got this prison set up. Zombies are coming to your fence. There should be a daily routine of bitches going out there murdering zombies. Just chunk, chunk, chunk every day. What time is it? Shift's over.
Yeah,
next shift. Come out there.
Next shift, yeah.
Murder some zombies. Rinse and repeat. But I also like how the prison was perfectly manicured, right? It's those little things that you catch. You're like, come on, bro. There'd be all kinds of overgrowth. What are you talking about?
So realistically, because we got a lot of people in the chat, I'm just curious because I would like to hear your answer too. But I would want an answer from everyone in the chat because the chat always comes up with better stuff than I do. But if it was a zombie apocalypse and you did have to pick a place that you've seen anywhere on media, it could be a mall from Dawn of the Dead or whatever. Anywhere you've seen on media, what place would you want to try to stay holed up in? Which place would you pick and why? I don't know. Maybe some people will say a car as long as they have some gas. Maybe,
stay mobile.
Yeah. But for the most part, you are confined to this one thing or one place. Which would it be for you? I'm such a fan of the Dawn of the Dead series and
with a mall.
Yeah.
That's too many entrances, bro.
Yeah, look, it is. But similar to, I really like Rick's. I think Rick could have had some, or anybody in The Walking Dead. You could have really something good with a jail, assuming you did the right things with that jail. I think you could have something really good there with the jail.
The jail until the tank came rolling in, right? Which, by the way, you got a tank. You're going to start blowing up a fortified position instead of taking it over. That was my problem with that whole thing with the governor, too. He runs in with everybody, right? They go in hot. If you watch that episode, all his people come running out. And they're on the road now. They're running from the governor, and they're like, oh, my God, it was a massacre. It was a massacre. The massacre happens when he starts shooting his own people, right? Because they're all running away.
Yeah.
That was the only people that died. No one else died. I'm like, who? How did you think that was a massacre? Who
You,
wrote this episode?
you're bringing too much logic to it. You're bringing way too much
Damn,
logic to it.
bro.
You're bringing too much. You're expecting too much. Figure Fight Club said an army base.
Yeah.
I don't think Frankie understood the assignment because first he said boobies,
Well,
and it'd be
Blake,
great if we could all hide in some boobies, but I don't think that's
if you
legit.
get it like a silo, I think a silo would be. We got a bunch over here in Kansas, by the way. You get a missile silo, you can hold up for a while.
That's a cheat, though. Of
But
course, leave it to Blake to say one of the best possible options you could have.
they started selling those for homes.
Was it? It wasn't District 9. Correct me. Wasn't there a movie about aliens attacking and people surviving in an underground bunker? And it was like a girl. She was stuck with a guy for a while. It wasn't District 9.
No, it wasn't District 9. I know that.
There was
I
a
don't know if that
franchise. I
was
just
it.
can't remember what it was, but it was about people staying
Cloverfield. That was
Cloverfield. It
Cloverfield
was. Yeah,
Lane.
right. It was in that franchise. It was one of the
Mary
stories.
Elizabeth Winstead, because
Yeah. So
John Goodman. Shout out to Scott Pilgrim.
an underground bunker would be great depending on who you're stuck there with.
Yeah, I'm looking through here. Oh, Erica just asked her client.
I should just ask the chat.
She's like, who? Impossible Pie says Toys R Us. No. Small coastal town in Maine from Tom. You see Metalhead saying Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
So a prison, and it's an island too.
Right.
That's
right.
pretty solid. If that prison is like
If it's in the
stocked
middle
up,
but I would be worried. Like, so for example, I think a lot of people
supplies.
in New York, they have Rikers Island. I
Rikers.
can only imagine the millions of people that are going to try to flood Rikers Island. Not to mention, you also got to deal with the current residents, right? Because they're not going to die right away. And I always wonder in zombie apocalypse films, especially in anime, if someone gets infected, does it still matter who they were while they were human? So, for example, you wouldn't be a normal infected. You would be a roided out, crazy big, juiced up, and I don't want to deal with you as an infected. I'd much rather deal with just the skinny little clerk guy that was at Walmart.
Yeah, we're
right.
saying, which
does it
kind of
transition
zombies?
over? Yeah.
Is it George A. Romero, Walking Dead, Shuffle Zombie, or is it like 28 days later?
Yes,
virus
where their
zombies?
strength and their speed actually matters. Because, I don't want to deal with a bunch of prison inmates and Rikers that get infected.
I kind of like the whole Costco or like a Home Depot, by the way, because you've got supplies. And I like Home Depot just because gardening. Like if you're going to set up, you can post up and then plan for the future.
What's a place that would have a...
By the way, Alfred, hell no hospital. Hell no.
Oh, yeah, no, that's an automatic no. But I was going to say a place that has some type of backup generator. I don't know if Walmart, like our Walmart doesn't. When the power goes out over here, like we've been in Walmart shopping before, lights off.
Yeah.
There's no backup generators. There's none of that at Walmart by us or Costco's by it. It just lights out. Maybe they do for, I'm sure, the freezer in the back, because I can't imagine that they would just take an L on all that product. But for the most part, I don't think they have good electricity.
Yeah, you're right, because then all your refrigerated goods,
Yeah.
they're gone. And you can survive, 2 weeks without food, but you need water. You need 3 days. You can only survive 3 days without water.
Right. And we got into zombie talk because it transitioned over from
High
anime.
School of
Because
the
we were
Dead.
talking about an anime that had great zombies in it. I love the High School of the Dead zombies too.
Avi, wait, do they run? See, it changes everything.
It does. I feel like nobody's scared of the Walking Dead universe. But then once you say I Am Legend or World War Z, now it's a total different ball game. Like World War Z, you talk about aggressive. They piling up on each other.
Nope, Scott Hughes catching the replay. Shout out Scott Hughes.
Scott, we brought you up earlier, man.
He knows. He says he's gonna catch the replay. He's already watching it right now. It's just downloading. It's on the background. I'm trying to think if there are any other animes with zombies that I've been watching. I can't think of any.
To be honest, they're rare. I find a good one really rarely. And High School of the Dead was one of the most recent ones, and that's not even recent. We talking zombie apocalypse. Definitely a Costco next door to the Base Pro. Okay.
Yep.
See, but Scott should be X'd out from the conversation because he can make weapons out of sticks. Like he has too much experience, so it's not fair.
MacGyver with guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like X him out of the conversation. It's for
And
everybody else.
apparently also sound systems.
Yes. See, I heard about that too.
I did not know about
I
this until
wasn't going to
recently.
expose him on that front. You exposed him on that front.
Whoops, sorry, Sound Wizard.
Right.
Okay, he is an anime character. He's a fucking gunsmith. He's a goddamn sound wizard.
Yeah.
Highly posable. What's up,
See, B.
Whale?
Rivera said they are vampires in I Am Legend, which I don't disagree with, whether they're zombies that can't come out during the day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're still, this to me, they're still closer to zombies than just vampires. But they're still cool. They still pile up, like they share so many commonalities.
Yeah, this like here, like there's so many good zombie movies.
Train to Busan, yes.
Yeah, I think that was a Korean one. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It reminded me of World War Z. That's how they piled up on each other.
Korea's got some good shows.
They're stepping up.
Well, hence, again, Solo Leveling, that's Korean.
What is it called again? Say it correctly.
Manghwa.
Manghwa. Okay.
I don't know whether I'm saying it right, but a hick from
That's
Kansas.
probably the furthest thing from what it's supposed to be called.
I think it's called Manghwa.
Right.
Oh, JMK, my boy Mikey. Yep, see, here we go.
See, that's what I get for being sweet, because I brought up his amazing ass customs. I think the last time I was live, because I was talking about somebody painting the dragon head for me, and I brought him up,
Yep.
and he's so big time now that I'm just a nobody to him. So that's what I get. That's what I get for bringing him up.
A lot of big timing around here, man. A lot of big timing.
Yeah. I seen Woody came in, and you got a nice little crew over here, man.
Heck yeah, buddy. Little show that could, which Mega Powers coming up later.
The little show that is. The little show that is.
Gaines Jerk and JMK, which they've been doing good, man. Been hitting 200 live viewers here. Shout out to Mega Powers, man. 'Cause again, I wouldn't be doing this without several people. Jerk primarily, and then Laser Pants, Quentin, Rodney, the man behind the scenes.
He's such an urban legend at this point.
I told him, I was like, hey man, I did with Blake. I talked to him at ZoloCon. I'm like, if you ever want to pop on and do a live stream,
yeah, he's an urban legend.
You let me know and I'll make it happen.
Yeah, his name should be Ninja.
Did you Did you see I changed my name, by the way, on my headline?
I like it.
Yeah. I didn't know if I needed to ask you, because I was waiting to see if you had something for Laser Pants already in there. Little trigger or something, little triggers.
Little triggers.
Oh, thanks, Blake. 50 watching this show. Guys, what are you doing?
That's because, you know what it is? I think Blake's worried. It's not going to be me, but he was worried about somebody beating how amazing his show here was.
Oh, Blake, let me know.
I already told him. I'm like, dude, no one's going to top you anytime soon, bro. Like, don't even. It's not
Blake,
even a thing.
Get in the analytics. Let me know, Blake. Oh, I summoned him. Jerk. What's up?
I can't wait to be on with him. I cannot wait.
I would say, other than you were on, when's the last time you guys were on?
We
did a show together. What the heck was that one?
That was a while ago.
Yeah,
it's always a while
ago
ago for me.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that too with ZoloCon. We can kind of finish off with that if you want to, unless you want to talk about DBZ for some reason.
No, because it's not going to change anybody's opinion. And look, let me just say the closing statement. It's not a great show for plot. You scream, you power up, you defeat the bad guy. I get it. But at the time, it was really good at the time. So I think it paved the way for other shows like Naruto and things like that. So because it paved the way is why I normally show it respect, because it did pave the way for other things after it.
Brother, I'm in the minority. It's very few people that, do not like DBZ or can't get into it. Well, in fact, when I was recommending anime on my shows with Mikey, I couldn't recommend Bleach because that's a hard watch. Starting off, like the animation's just not quite there like it is on a lot of these news shows.
Right, yeah.
So it's hard for me to recommend something where I'm like, it's hard for me to go back and watch them now.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
All right, so no DBZ talk. We got 5 minutes. No DBZ talk. What was you going to say before DBZ?
Well, ZoloCon, we talked about this here last few shows that I've been on. Does ZoloCon feel like that was light years away, or did it feel like it just happened to you?
It always feels like it was months ago.
Okay.
It always feels for me personally, even when I ask the girls, it always feels like it was months ago. And it's like the next thing for me always feels like it's right around the corner. It's tomorrow again. Because especially you having to travel, sometimes you gotta take a flight.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, we just got done with one. Now I need to get on a plane to go to another one. Or I need to, make sure the car is good to go to this other one. I book the hotel. It's just like there's always something. But I
Yeah.
think more conventions are starting to pop up in general, especially on the East Coast.
It does seem like the East Coast and well, then Atlanta when PowerCon did whatever they did
Hmm.
and then moved their show, merged it or whatever into Toylanta.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. But yeah, it seems like that whole area, right, where Abby's in, Scott's in, they were getting a lot of shows. And then,
Hmm.
yeah, New Jersey, a lot of shows out that way. What Jerk saying? Next Monday.
Next Monday, yeah, it's gonna be a good show. I feel like because of the guests they're gonna have tonight, I need to like do something extra and show a nipple or something when I'm on, because I gotta try to compete. So I gotta do something to
Like, what are you
compete.
gonna do? I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know,
Like,
man. I don't
how do I
know.
jump it
I don't
up
know if I
here?
should like tape a bunch of thickies like action figures to my sweater, but they're gonna need the eye candy now. So it's like I don't know how I'm gonna follow that up, but we'll see.
You know what? I kept thinking about doing one of those animated avatars, right?
True. Yeah. They're called
Just
VTubers. So you look
VTubers.
up,
Yep.
yeah, you look up on YouTube, VTuber avatar, and you quickly realize, oh, we could get into the $2,000, $5,000 range, especially if it's going to be reactive off of your motion and off of your audio at
Yep.
the same time. Yeah, you already know.
Oh,
You already
brother.
know.
Yeah, I know. I did. I'm like, I'm doing this wrong. No one wants to see old white guy.
Oh man, you don't look your age, and you're still in a better
Oh,
shape than a lot of us.
stop it. Come on.
Yeah, just keep
Oh,
going,
cut it
right?
out.
Yeah, just keep going. That's how we end off the show. Throwing flowers on Zakanin.
You know what? I think that's good. We can wrap up a little bit early.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it on a
Guys,
high note.
get over to the mega powers.
Hmm.
Go go with Jerk, Gaines, and Mikey as they're talking to a very nice, lovely lady that I did my research on today at work because I want to be prepared because I'll be moderating. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
You give me a look. That's fair. Go check those guys out. I've got links for Ninja and his ladies in the description.
Thank
Definitely
you.
go hit the
Thank
ladies
you.
up on IG. I do all the time. They're
Thank you.
constantly, it's always third party stuff, man, which that's really what's been attracting me is all third party stuff
You go
lately.
broke really fast with that third party stuff, man.
You are not wrong.
Hmm.
You got anything to close this out with?
Other than that, it was a good time, man, and I think you should definitely keep doing this. At the same time, I love how quick and condensed it is. I hate it at the same time because I said the same thing when Blake was on. I wanted more. And
Yeah.
I can only imagine how many people in the chat also want more, but I wanted more, a lot more. And I think it's just so bittersweet. Got to run, catch one. Yeah, he got to run because he's busy.
He's
Yeah,
got to
getting ready.
go. And I
Yep,
got
he's
the
getting ready.
highly posable making fun of my translucent
Translucent.
live matter. Shout
Oh,
out the highly
man.
posable guys. 78 points, Whale, Diggs, Peebs over there. They're great. So that's it. Guys, check this guy out. And we're out here.
Appreciate you guys. Peace out.
See ya.